game, still allergic to hype. I have scaled ideas, buried a few, and which one survived. I built brands before algorithms, before funnels had names. Watch people confuse attention with equity, so lame. This is not opinion. Got results and recognition. You are here, you are not browsing. You are paying attention.
Well, it's no secret that there has been a resurgence in the opinions around the groundbreaking show, America's Next Top Model. It started in the pandemic in 2020 when we didn't have anything else to do but binge watch TV. And of course, people wanted to know, what is America's Next Top Model? Because truthfully, quite a few of those individuals probably didn't watch it the first time around. Now with the documentary, we have a lot of things that we can talk about. And of course, I'm going to talk about them because everything is absolutely a teachable moment. I want to remind you that today's live stream is brought to you by Tractionista. Get your free audit at tractionista.com. And you want that if you're a founder, if you're a business owner, if you're a leader, because some of the ways you guys are trying to get traction, it is just not going to work out for you. This company was founded by my good friend, Amanda Harris, who is a PMP, and I didn't leave out a letter. And she has amazing insights on how to make your company more efficient, how to get more visibility that actually leads to sales, not just likes and comments. So check out tractionista.com. Anyway, I truly believe that the documentary is giving us insight into the mindset of a business owner. And I think it's really important to note that I saw those episodes the first time around. I did look at some of the things they were doing. But if I can be honest, at the time, I think it was just, I'm going to say it, I think it was really just good TV. Being in the entertainment business myself, in the entertainment industry, even did a brief stint in the modeling industry as a scout. I can tell you that that front camera piece, people that are in front of the camera, they face a lot of pressures, they face a lot of scrutiny. And I'm going to delve into this from a different angle because I know people are like, oh, it was toxic and body shaming. And yes, definitely it was that. And yes, definitely there are things I truly believe that Tyra should have taken responsibility for and taken accountability for. But I think there's a reason why. And it might be the reason why you might be doing the same things. Stephanie, I'm not doing that. Let's get into it. So most people now will look at this show and they'll look at the documentary, they'll look at the friction and the fragmentation between Nigel, Miss J, and J Manuel and Tyra and all of the drama. And they'll say, oh my God, she was toxic. She's a toxic leader. And oh my gosh, and how could she do that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we have to remember that Tyra is like most business owners, right? They come into the space with very little knowledge of the back end, right? She has very little knowledge of behind the camera, so to speak. She's a front of the camera type of girl. And that's what happens with a lot of founders. A lot of founders come into entrepreneurship extremely confident in what happens in the front, having no real knowledge, emphasis on the real, heavy on the real, having no real knowledge of how things actually work in the background. Add entertainment to that, and everything goes up exponentially because everything is about the ratings. Everything is about who's watching. And so I don't know Tyra Banks personally, but I know a few things that I think are relevant. I know that one, I believe she's an only child, if only by gender. I believe she might be the only girl, or she is her mother's only child. I do believe her mother wants excellence from her. And like many only children raised by excellent parents, it creates a mindset where we must do well. And sometimes that comes by any means necessary. As I was watching the documentary, I thought about the times when my empathy escaped me, when my ability to understand how someone couldn't operate at a particular level, I just couldn't comprehend. Not because I'm a mean girl, but because I have been bred and socialized in an environment that required excellence. And when the environment requires excellence, that means that when you start to craft and create, new word. Oh Lord, I'm Cam Newton, y'all. Anyway, when you start to create and curate environments, that thought process comes with you. It comes with you. It comes with you when you're building your team. It comes with you when you're dealing with conflict. It comes with you when the math isn't mathing. And there's many of you who are founders who absolutely have been raised in excellent environments. And one of the reasons why you are doubting your capabilities and your ability to succeed in entrepreneurship, in business ownership, is that it's not going well. You are not excellent. And you have been bred to believe that if you are not excellent, you are wrong, you are failing, it is done, it is awful, it is, it's kind of Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last. When truthfully, you can be so many other things. You can be second place, you can be third place. You're not just last. And so for those of you who are founders and you've been bred in this excellent environment and you feel like you're failing, I want to invite you to take a look at our Founder Mind program. It's right here. And there's a QR code on the side for those of you who are watching this full screen. For those of you who are getting the snippets, maybe not so much, but you can see this down below. Comment founder to get more information about this program so that you can stop operating and spinning in this silo of what I call solopreneur sadness. Because I truly believe that mindset is what has permeated this experiment, this iconic television, whatever. But it's also the mindsets that are permeating you, that are permeating your business, that are creating cultures that are toxic. And some of you just don't want to admit that the culture you're creating, even if you're a culture of one, the cultures you're creating are toxic because you've been bred to be excellent in nothing else. And I know there are people that will say, well, if I'm not excellent, then what am I? Learning, developing, growing, shifting. See, the problem is not that you desire to be excellent. The problem is that you don't allow anything else in the excellent space. And so you're ready to shut it down because it's not excellent. You're not achieving the things that you felt like you would be achieving by now. Because everything else you do has a level of excellence. Everything else you do has a level of accomplishment to it. And I'm saying, listen, I love excellence. Perfection is a myth, y'all. If you're trying to get perfection, just stop it. That's a trauma response. It doesn't work out. But excellence can be a goal. But don't forget about the objectives that allow you to get there. When I come into organizations as a fractional leader, as a brand strategist, whatever role I'm privileged to play, oftentimes I am tasked with supporting the founder and the business owner way before we can even dig into the business. Because the mindset that they're carrying about how they should be and what they should do, they're literally shoulding all over themselves. And it's creating a situation where they don't feel like they're achieving anything. They can't even look at what they've achieved as valid because it's not excellent. You know, you're in the middle of a six-figure career, but you can't get your business to make, 60 bucks. So what are you doing? What are you doing? You're sitting in a corner, curled up in fetal position going, I can't believe this. It's got to be great. And I'm like, I feel very strongly like a lot of that, a lot of that mindset, a lot of that excellent mindset is what was driving Tyra to make some of the decisions that she made, to do some of the things that she did because she needed it to be excellent. She needed it to win. And of course, hindsight is always 2020. And so when we look at hindsight, we tend to say, okay, We tend to say, okay, hold on, y'all. I lost the doggy. Dane Axel, come here. Listen, y'all, sometimes I just have to, there you go. I was like, I lost the pen too. Last time I let him go out of the room with something, I looked up and he was eating my Rubik's Cube, my wooden one, not my plastic one, but I digress. So I think a lot of that was driving her because she's like, I've got to win. It's got to be excellent. It's got to be awesome. And sometimes because we're trying so hard to be excellent and awesome, we don't look at the reality and the totality of what we're doing and the impact that we're having. Now, I will say, even in hindsight, I don't feel that a proper amount of accountability was taken. But now a lot of that is about legal ramifications, statutes of limitations. I'm sure there's a PR team that's saying you can say this, but not this. Anyway, but I came on here to talk to the founder who is floundering and believing they're not winning and believing it's not awesome because awesome hasn't happened yet, or awesome happened in a different way and you haven't given it the credence that it deserves. So I'm sitting here for you. I'm talking about founder mind for you. I'm telling you what happens when I go into organizations, be them a team of 1 or a team of 10, and what I'm looking at. And I'm telling you, your commitment to excellence is commendable, but it also needs to be expandable so that you can stop looking at yourself as expendable. And I can't say that again, so I hope you wrote it down. Let me try. Your commitment to excellence is commendable, but it also needs to be expandable so you will stop looking at yourself, the things you've accomplished, the steps that you've made, the things that have happened as expendable. That's it. That's all. One place we can help you do that, Founder Mind. Or if you just want to talk, comment, talk, you can get on my calendar. Link is in the bio somewhere. But ultimately, what we think about a thing and how we think about a thing and how we think about ourselves in that thing is what drives the doing. Not the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Scratch that. I don't believe that anymore. I did it for a moment, but it's not true, y'all. But the way you think about a thing strongly impacts the way you do a thing and how you count the cost that come with doing that thing. So Tyra's going to be Tyra. America's Next Top Model is going to be what it was. There's no takebacks. But for you, my dear founder, my dear friend, my dear possible potential client, my dear entrepreneur that's watching this, my dear leader, I want you to think about why you do what you do. Not your why, not that, but why do you do what you do? Why do you chastise yourself the way that you do? Why do you not see certain things that you've accomplished as valid? That's what I want you to think about. And decide if there's work to do. And I'd be more than happy to serve you. All right, guys, that's been another one. I'm so happy to hang out with you. What are your thoughts on America's Next Top Model and your mindset? So I will see you again soon, and bye for now. I can't end this thing, y'all. Let's try again.
Have you been on a weight loss journey and the scale just isn't giving you the results you hoped for? Well, meet Thinner, an FDA-registered, all-natural, homeopathic approach that addresses the root causes of how to lose weight and keep it off, especially if hormones are an issue. If you're tired of all of the guesswork and doing it alone, scan the QR code for more info, and let's get you started today.